Welcome to my studio where I started this painting and then thought, maybe I should record this. And I thought I would speed it up for you and maybe just talk you through what I was doing in this painting. So I'm painting a picture of the three sisters in Canmore, Alberta. So I took reference photos when I was there, and now probably years later, I'm looking at the reference photos and developing this painting. So you may or may not know that I paint all my canvases red, and then I chalk in my image. So where you see the white line, that is just simple chalkboard chalk. Then I use a burgundy paint to solidify the drawing so that I don't lose it. And then I start the color blocking, which is what I'm doing here. So I usually start with the foreground. So you can see that I'm not painting the sky first, then the mountains, then the foreground, and then the water. I'm kind of working on the middle ground. I tend to actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I tend to paint the water last as well as the sky. So I've started working and color blocking in my major shapes, working kind of dark to light, but I've really enjoying all of the development of this painting of the three sisters. Here's a story. I had never painted mountains until my son and daughter-in-law moved to Kelowna, BC. I was terribly sad that they had moved away. They had lived in our city in Hamilton, Ontario for a couple of years after they got married. And then they decided that they were going to move back to her native province, Kelowna, BC, and move to Kelowna. So I was very, very sad. She, however, is a very smart girl and said, Julia, why don't you guys fly in to Calgary, and then we will meet you up in Calgary, and we will drive through the mountains, and we will spend a couple of days. We'll stop, we'll hike, and you've never seen the mountains, so let's do it. That was the smartest thing that girl ever did. That created a love of the West for me, that we go out west, now that we have grandchildren, of course, too. We go out west 3 to 4 times a year. I often go to Calgary and Canmore, Alberta, as I have a wonderful gallery there that carries my work, Avon's Gallery. And I have a gallery now in Kelowna, Hambleton Gallery. So it gives me lots of reason to fly out, to paint, to stay for a couple of weeks and get a whole bunch of paintings done for the galleries, to visit the mountains, and what fun is that? So the first time we did that drive, I took 1,000,000 photos, and then I came home and painted them. Now that I had experienced the mountains, now that I kind of understood what I was looking at, I could paint them. What I didn't know is that how people love their mountains. I would get asked after I painted a painting, what mountain is this? What lake is this? What rock formation is this? And I'm like, I have no idea. It was between Calgary and Kelowna. And there's one major road. So if you've driven along that road somewhere, that's where I was. Ever since now, I do take note of where I was, and then I make sure I know what formation I'm painting. So here I'm painting the three sisters. So if you've been watching and observing, I'm color blocking, and I've now finished at this point color blocking in the entire middle ground. I make a lot of decisions at this point. At this point, I know where my lights and darks are going to be. Sometimes the paint is a little muddier than I like, but I work with acrylics and I wait for them to dry, a day or so, and acrylics dry darker so that I can go in and I can lighten it up. So what I'm doing now is I'm coming in. I like to let my sky live from the positive shape, which is why I don't paint it first. So I consider the sky a negative shape. It is the shape around the mountains, but I like to let it live and grow from those mountains. So I start often with where the mountains and the sky meet, and then I kind of build out from there, stepping back, looking, filling, enjoying the process. I will be touching almost every area of this painting again when I go back into it. And it's really a therapeutic journey. It's really a test of color knowledge and color mixing. And as you can't really see it, but I have a technique where I pick up a few colors on my brush and I blend on the canvas. I do not mix a full color on my palette. If you look at my paintings, you'll be able to see lots and lots of different strokes in each paint stroke, lots and lots of different colors in each paint stroke. So here I'm starting to build the reflection that's in the water. And again, I will let this dry. I need to push those mountains back further. I know that already, just even talking over this, just talking over watching myself paint here. I know that I've got to push those mountains back, but I'm going to need a fresh palette. My palette is getting really gummy and old. I need a fresh palette to go and do my full up final touches. But here you can see I'm trying to do the reflection. I do have a photo reference that I'm working with that I refer to often. It's on a table just below your sight. You can't really see it. And that's where I'm picking up my paint as well. So if you have any questions, like and subscribe, comment below. I'll be able to answer and possibly even create new videos from your questions. I'd really enjoy knowing what you think about this process, and I really appreciate that you would subscribe. I've heard a statistic that 70% of people who watch YouTube videos don't subscribe, but I'm hoping that if I can build this channel, I can bring you more videos like this and more instructional videos, and perhaps we can grow our art together. Thank you for watching. Perhaps my next video will be me doing the finishing touches on this one. Have a great day.